back in 2022, the consortium was formed by the Foothills Regional Commission, and it was to bring together a group of local governments in our region to help support housing projects across the region. And by doing that, receiving federal funding for housing projects with a support of 25% match from local governments for those programs. HUD requires that we enter into a memorandum of agreement with our consortium, showing our agreement and participation in the program. So this is for fiscal year 23-24. And I also included as part of this, for this fiscal year, just to show you an example. So one thing to note is that in our first year of the program, which was the 22-23 year, the 25% local match was actually a grant funded from the Dogwood Health Trust. So the local governments didn't need to come up with that 25% match. Moving forward, local governments would come up with that 25% match for any projects that are approved in our region, and the local government in that that is where that project's going to be placed would be responsible for 25% match of that project. Just to give you an example of some of the projects that were approved in fiscal year 2022-2023, you can see there was a range of projects in Rutherfordton, Cleveland County, one here in Marion, which was the Givens Estate project, and then the Housing Assistance Corporation. So we're seeing a lot of funding coming into this program from federal funds. It was a total of $815,652 in projects with a local match, that being a regional local match of 25%. And that goes a long way to providing funding for these projects. Both in our 2012 Comprehensive Land Use Plan and also the city's 22-23 Strategic Plan, we identified housing as a priority issue for this community. So staff is recommending that we continue to participate in the consortium, and that if a project is approved, that we would support the 25% local match. Now, that being said, just to kind of clarify, that does not mean that the local government itself has to come up with a 25% match. Each project would be given the opportunity when they submit their application for development to show where that 25% match comes from. In the case, for example, of the Givens Estate, they were providing the 25% match for their project funding. So none of those funds came out of the local government accounts, so to speak. Also, if the local government provides infrastructure as part of a housing project, that contribution also counts towards that local match. So